Okay, so then we get into Toulmin and Perlman, both of whom are diagramming arguments. And what they're really trying to figure out is how do we both critique, but then also teach other people to critique, which means we're really teaching people to understand, invent rhetorical arguments in specific situations because audience comes into it. We're moving beyond Campbell, where we're understanding the mind. So Campbell came up with language and factors that are the mind, and we're trying to understand what does that mean? Like, what is the language? I'm struggling with it myself. What is the language for argument, and how do we build a language that can then be mass shared so that all of us have a similar understanding? It can be taught and it can be used for systematized critique of arguments that exist. So if we're pulling again on the Bacon, there are times when it's going to fail. How can we understand those failures? But because there are times that it's going to fail, that also means there are times that it's successful. How can we understand those successes? And the language that we see from Perlman and Toulmin is to help us diagram and break apart and figure out what are the pieces, what are the balances of the pieces. All we had before was ethos, pathos, and logos, which is not great for balancing all of the variations within an individual logical argument. We didn't go into a whole lot of detail with Aristotle. He does provide more, but still not enough. And so Toulmin and Perlman are adding language to understanding and breaking apart arguments that can then be used for critique and can be taught to others so that critique can be systematized. So this is our first, basically, stab at building a language for understanding argument so that rhetoric can be used as critique.